Hello, welcome to the Travelpreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Mega McSwain. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with John Seaton, Chief Revenue Officer of Cendyn and Managing Director of Cendyn UK. Hello, John. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me. It's very kind.
So can you provide our listeners with an overview of how Cendyn serves as a catalyst for digital transformation in the hospitality industry?
Yeah. So for those who don't know Cendyn is a hospitality-focused technology company, and we provide a number of solutions to the industry from CRS, booking engine, revenue management systems. We build and host websites, and we provide digital marketing services. And really, that's a lot. And when we talk to hotels, there's always a bit of an eye-opener when people you do all that. The simple way to think about this is we're always looking at ways to innovate and empower our customers, our hotel customers, to drive more profitable revenue. That's in essence what we do. So in our experience, technology and services work together hand in hand. And probably the easiest way to explain it is if you take our recent acquisition of Whip, for example, just a few weeks ago. So Whip, for those who don't know, they provide a number of digital marketing services. They complement Cendyn's mission in enabling hotels to drive direct bookings, right? So they've just launched a digital ad platform, and they combine that with a CMS, which really helps hoteliers across the globe have easier access to digital marketing services and really to drive that profitable revenue, as I said before. So you think about that, and then you combine that with Cendyn's CRS and booking engine products, and then you're now able to more easily as a hotel, not only push traffic, but actually convert that traffic to direct bookings as well. Because basically every hotel wants to try and get more bookings direct to their website than through an OTA. And that's really what the goal is.
So in your role as Chief Revenue Officer, you're responsible for driving Cendyn's global growth. What strategies and initiatives have you undertaken to expand the company's reach and sort of impact the global brand at this point?
As a company, 23 years old, and so we've been around. We started, most people knew us as a CRM company. I guess our biggest initiative is to really expand beyond the Americas and really grow in, say, Asia Pacific. We have teams in Singapore, Bangkok, Macau, Tokyo, Sydney. And, it's okay, not just from having people there, but how do we support our customers from a global perspective? We've increased our operations in India. We've expanded in Hyderabad and Delhi as an example. And we're really investing heavily in each geographic market so that we can support our customers locally and support them not just from an operational perspective, but support them also with their growth and with their key objectives, their strategies as well. As we sit down with our customers, we're always asking the question, what are you trying to achieve? What's next for you as a hotel company? Are you buying more properties somewhere, or are you trying to tap into a new market segment? Well, by being global and actually, being global but sort of acting local, us when we're talking to those hotel companies to understand the market they're in and then provide the level of expertise that they really need in order to be successful.
I can only imagine how different the markets are from country to country, or kind of what their focus is.
Hey, it's even within the type of properties we have, whether you're city centre versus resort versus casino, we have a strong customer base in the gaming world, right? So whether it be Vegas or some of the tribes, as well as in Macau. And, they act very differently to a traditional hotel. So we have to have the expertise in-house, and our products, our technology has to be designed in a way, rolled out in a way that really supports that hotel's objectives. It's a challenge, but we do it. We've got a significant number of customers around the world, all different types. I think about in Europe, for example, we have like the Set hotels. They're based out of the UK. They've got hotels in Europe. They're expanding into new markets. They're expanding into Latin America, as an example. They use our CRM solution to drive loyalty and personalization. So when you take someone like that and you say, okay, what are they looking for from a technology partner? Well, they're very specific around, we need to be able to consolidate our guest data from the various systems our hotels have around the different hotels in the different geographic markets. so that they could have a single view of a guest. Has a guest stayed at more than one of my hotels, for example?
Sure.
So when you think about that and you think, okay, well, has someone stayed at more than one of the hotels? Well, they want to then be able to communicate effectively with that guest, as well as try and increase their operational efficiency and actually find new guests. That's a very specific challenge that we would have to overcome, and we use the CRM technology for that, compared to someone like Arlo Hotels, for example. And they're based in the US, a brand new brand, and they use us for digital marketing because they needed help to expand their reach using a multi-channel campaign, for example. And so as a new brand, how do you grow your customer data, and how do you actually socialize with that audience, right? Through social media. So that's how they use us. So you can see it depends who you are and where you are and what you're trying to achieve.
Sure.
Is how you can utilize Cendyn's technology in different ways.
So you mentioned having offices in the US, Germany, UK, Singapore, Bangkok, India. Cendyn clearly serves a vast global clientele. Can you share an example of a success story where Cendyn's technology solutions made a significant difference for a hotel or a gaming?
I think a good example, obviously I've just given two examples with Arlo and the set, but a good example is probably Sky City Hotels based out of New Zealand, which actually they came to Cendyn with a really interesting challenge. And theirs was around competing for the gaming customers in a traditional hotel environment. When you look at that and you think, okay, what's their metric for success? And it's really looking at the gaming contribution to their hotels. So what we did is we actually looked at that and said, okay, let's look at what are the data points and what are they trying to achieve from and to. In their previous year was, I think, around 12, 13% of gaming customers' contribution to their hotels. They really wanted to grow that to 20%. So when Cendyn set a challenge like that, we then look at a suite of technology and say, okay, what can we do and how can we help them achieve that? In that example, we used our revenue management system and our BI solution to help them actually achieved a 24%. So they exceeded their goal. And how did we do that? We did it by creating effective data-driven pricing strategies that worked for their entire portfolio. So again, it's really understanding what a hotel company is trying to achieve and then looking at the technology stack. So, okay, what have we got that really can help that hotel company achieve that goal? And it may be a combination of products, right? So it's never simply just sells them one system and that's it.
Right.
It could be a combination that really then gets the success that the hotel company needs.
This episode is brought to you by TravelPayments.com. Travel businesses have unique needs when it comes to credit card processing, from large average ticket sizes and tolerance for higher chargeback ratios to simple integrations with the most popular shopping cart systems. The travel industry specialists at TravelPayments.com have you covered. Unfortunately, many of the most popular credit card processors initially accept travel businesses, but without warning, freeze their merchant accounts and the thousands of dollars in them because these service providers don't understand or support the unique needs of travel industry business. Don't get stuck with one of the big guys who will freeze you out without a moment's notice. Instead, work with the travel industry specialists who will support your business every step of the way. Visit TravelPayments.com to get a free quote today.
So you mentioned that's been over 20 years.
Yeah.
Cendyn's been in business. Technology is a driving force in the hospitality industry more and more every day.
Yeah.
How do you perceive the evolving landscape of hospitality technology, and what trends do you sort of anticipate that will shape the future?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think probably the biggest thing is around AI, if I'll be honest with you.
Sure.
I think we're already seeing AI play a role in the hospitality technology space. I personally see that increasing significantly from how it's being utilized today. I mentioned earlier about through our WIP acquisition, their digital ad platform. That's using AI. We now have had the ability to manage Google's Performance Max for travel goals, right? So What's that mean? Well, it's in essence, it's leveraging AI to allow hotels to manage all their ad campaigns across the Google network and improve campaign performance with pretty minimal effort, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So Google have come out with that. They're obviously a driving force behind AI. And it's really, as a technology company, enabling our customers then to really maximize that. If you think about AI and how it enables hotels to optimize performance, I guess one of the challenges I think the industry's had since COVID is staff shortages. And so you think about, okay, everyone's had these staff shortages. So how do we do more with less, basically? And so, we're always looking at AI within our own product set. We're lucky, we have a proprietary web platform. And so we're starting to look at how AI can surface content to the consumer via chatbot, for example.
Okay.
Why do we want to do that? Well, time is precious for everybody, including the booker, right? The consumer, everyone's busy. So if we can enable a guest to more easily find relevant content quickly on a hotel's website than scrolling around the screen and trying to find what you want, that's surely a benefit to the guest or the future guest, and therefore the hotel, because hopefully that increases conversion. We have the benefit of our own CMS and it's hospitality focused. So it's really then when you plug in RMS elements, to revenue management elements and CRS elements, then we can surface real-time rates and improve conversions. So, and to give you an example, in a casino customer, I can't say who they are, but the casino customer, when we implemented Poly AI into the call center application, AI is now handling 90% of all their non-reservation calls. And
Wow.
when I first looked at that, I'll be honest with you, I was quite staggered by that number, actually.
Sure, yeah.
We dived into it and it is right. So I was thinking, okay, if 90% of non-reservation calls are now being handled by AI, well, how many of the reservation calls are being handled? And actually, that was a staggering 12%, which was far greater than I thought.
Right.
So we're already seeing how AI is playing a part. Someone was asking me and said, well, do you not think that's taking things away from a role away from the human agent?
Like taking jobs away, sure. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the big
and
discussion.
That's a really, really good question. And we dived into that and we said, well, is it taking jobs away? And actually, we found it hasn't. Because what's happened is it's actually freed up the human agent to actually focus on more of the complex reservation and more interesting reservations, and actually removed, dare I say, the mundane type
mundane. That's the word I was going to say.
That you would get to a call center, right? So actually, what the casino's seen is actually a 30% uplift in efficiency by the actual human agent. So we haven't seen it take away jobs. What we've seen is it's actually helped those staff members become much more efficient, which I think is a really good thing.
So, at times hotels can face complexities in integrating various technology solutions. I mean, it's hard to move forward and look to the future. It's no matter who you are, it's difficult. So can you shed light on the specific challenges and how Cendyn's platform simplifies this process for your clients?
These systems capture really valuable data about a guest. And so when you fully integrate the systems, that data can be turned into actionable data, which is really what everybody's trying to achieve. So when you have actionable data, you're really enabling a hotel then to be able to have a greater understanding of that guest. And then that drives guest recognition. It drives personalization and actually and many other benefits as well. So that's why Cendyn's platform strategy is to seamlessly enable data to be shared across systems so that hotels can effectively understand better their guests and ultimately improve communication to that guest. It's much easier to do that within our own suite of products, but we do it with third-party vendors as well. We're always sitting down with our industry peers and discussing how we can work together for the benefit of a hotel company and a mutual customer.
Can you share any upcoming innovations or developments that Cendyn's working on to sort of further enhance the guest loyalty and profitability?
Our focus is around actually product consolidation, if I'll be honest with you. It's around looking at what we're trying to achieve from an integration perspective. We've obviously done a lot of M&A. We've obviously launched through WIP. To be honest with you, our focus is very much on continuing to integrate our various products into one singular platform.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, we have to. And we've had a significant amount of success already, but we still got a long way to go.
Sure.
And so everything we do, whether it be from a product roadmap perspective and how we can bring these systems together, or even from an M&A strategy, is again, okay, everything's focused on how do we bring that into one single platform solution for a hotel company so it's everything can seamlessly talk to each other. That's really what's critical for us.
Right. So for aspiring professionals in the hospitality and technology sectors, what advice would you offer as they sort of embark on their journeys, given your extensive experience?
So I love the hospitality industry. I love technology. It's interesting. My son, who's 20, just joined the industry actually, which gave me a lot of joy. And I sat down with him and asked him, why are you joining the industry apart from your dad being in it? His point was all about the guest and that side of hospitality, which I think is amazing. I love it because with technology, you're always trying to solve problems, which ultimately makes someone else's job easier. And that's really what drives me. My advice is we struggle with legacy technology as an example, right? So we actually need young talent to help guide us and guide the industry to improve and innovate. I think that's absolutely critical because I grew up with it about everything's around email. Well, nowadays it's about Snapchat and various other ways to communicate. And so as
TikTok
an industry,
and social media.
Exactly, right? I'm never going to do a TikTok video. I can do that for nothing. But, you know what I mean? But you need the young blood to come into the industry to help us, take us where we need to go. And that may be down some new way to communicate that we haven't even thought of yet as a world. So I think anyone that's coming in has got an open mind and got the hunger and eagerness to think outside the box and really try and drive us where we need to go. I think bring it on.
Thank you so much, John. This was so insightful. We really appreciate you sharing so much about Cendyn and your role in the business. And we would love for you to share where people can learn more about it, read about it, share a website, or how they can get in contact with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to share that. We've also got a number of videos and case studies we're happy to share. We're always interested in what people are thinking as well. So if people got ideas, thought leadership's a really key thing for Cendyn. And so we're always welcoming people just to have a conversation with us and say, have you thought of this? And let's talk about it. And love that. It'll be really, really good. So our website is quite easy. It's www.cendyn.com. There's a way to even communicate with us via the website. So go and have a look. And hopefully we can share my contact details as well. And always open to talking to people.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, John. We look forward to talking to you again in the future and learning more about Cendyn. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you for the opportunity. Really appreciate it. Thank you.